Hey everybody, Matt Millard here, bringing you another aspect of the week. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, but I wanted to get back in the habit of it, and I figured what better week than to get back to it when the aspect of the week is my favorite aspect in the game, the Zagreus Bow. So what is Aspect of the Week, just for those that are unfamiliar? Aspect of the Week is a community challenge, I guess, in the Hades speedrunning community, where every week we pick a different aspect and try to like share our knowledge, learn a little bit more about the aspect, and drive leaderboard times down a little bit lower. So this week is Zagbow, which is honestly my fave. It's what I got started speedrunning on, and it's secretly quite powerful. Maybe less secretly now that we have some of the times posted that we have. But yeah, it's really, really good. So let's go over the mirror setup for Zagbow. Fiery Presence. Fiery Presence is just really, really helpful in Tartarus. I can see the appeal of Shadow Presence, so you'd have to play around with both just to see how you feel about it, but I really like Fiery for Tartarus, and if you scale your damage correctly, you're not going to necessarily need the Shadow Presence, like backstab damage against bosses, but it can't be nice against bosses. It's certainly kind of a 50-50. I go with Fiery. Everything else is pretty normal until we get down to Infernal Soul. Most people would tell you that Stygian is the correct choice for most speed-running builds because you get better Hermes boons. Like you are more likely to see the Hermes boons that you actually want. But again, Infernal Soul is very, very powerful in Tartarus. Having 3 casts that you can just use at any point, not having to wait for the reload, is really, really good. And we'll try and show off how you can use that to your advantage. Deep Pockets, obvious. We just want the money. High Confidence. Damage is good. Family Favorites, Dark Foresight. God's Pride. And Fated Persuasion. We run God's Pride. The only duo boon that we kind of want is Heartrend. Even then, it's not make or break for the build. We just want boon rarity. So, let's talk about the actual build. There are 2 schools of thought on how to build the Zagreus Bow. We're gonna start with the Artemis keepsake. This is the one that I've had the most success with. So we start Artemis keepsake so that we can get Artemis Attack. Because Zagbow already has 15% crit chance naturally, using Artemis Attack gives us an extra 15% crit chance, giving us, like, as soon as we get that first boon, 30% of our attacks are gonna crit. Which is really, really powerful. That's just a whole lot of extra damage. The other way that some people do it is they'll start Aphrodite Attack and go for like Hunter Dash or something along those lines. It can be a little bit harder to get Heartrend that way, and you don't have that 30% crit chance, but it's certainly worth looking into because of the palm scaling on Aphro Attack is quite nice. But Artemis Attack, we're going to be looking for Aphrodite on dash to allow us to get really close into enemies. We dash in, apply weak, and then we'll attack. And that's how we get our Heartrend damage off. What else do we want here? Hang on just a moment. Let's talk about hammers real quick before we hop into a run. This is what I get for talking, like, first thing in the morning. Haven't drank enough water yet today. Alright, let's talk about hammers. For the Zagbow, there are 2 main hammers that you want to see first. That is Twin Shot or Triple Shot. Those are far and away the best starting hammers. Reason being is because Twin Shot doubles your damage, Triple Shot triples your damage. And they also increase your effective crit chance because each arrow has a different crit chance associated with it, so you're actually getting even more than just that original 30% crit chance. It's an incredible crit weapon, the Zagreus Bow. So those are the twos that you're looking for first hammer. You can take Flurry Shot first hammer, and I waffle back and forth. I haven't gotten enough runs with it to really know, but people have been coming around on Explosive Shot as well. And so maybe try that out first hammer and see how that works out for you. I haven't had enough good runs with it to be able to say one way or the other. But Twin Shot and Flurry, or Twin Shot and Triple Shot, fantastic first hammers. Great secondary hammers for you. For your second hammer are going to be Explosive Shot is fantastic. That has been proven. Explosive Shot is a really good second hammer. Flurry Shot also fantastic hammer. Perfect Shot, really, really good. And Point Blank Shot is really, really nice. Everything else is really kind of stinky on Zagreus Bow. A lot of the special hammers just don't do enough in a speedrunning context. The only special hammer that I would say could maybe lead you towards a special build would be Charged Volley. Charged Volley is incredibly powerful, especially if you get Artemis special on there, because being able to increase the base damage of your attacks is really, really, really good with crit weapons. So if you get Charged Volley, you could go for like a crit build or something along those lines. But if not, just avoid special hammers if you can at all help it. And the same thing goes for a Chain Shot. Really avoid Chain Shot. It messes up your shotgunning on Twin Shot and on Triple Shot. It just makes it not really work correctly. So Chain Shot seems like it might be nice. It has terrible boss damage, and you just want to avoid it. So let's hop into a run real quick, shall we? EM2, forced overtime 2. It's like pretty obvious. Nothing special about the mirror here.
Bye, everyone.
Ooh, hammer first. Oh, cool. All right, great. So we get Triple Shot first hammer. This is really, really, really good. It's like the best hammer for the entire weapon. So let's see how this one goes. So here you're going to be able to see how we kind of use casting to our advantage to increase our ability to like attack quickly and clear out these early Tartarus urns. You really, really want to cast as much as possible in those early rooms. Okay, Chaos is really good on crit weapons like this. We are looking for either attack damage or dash strike damage. This is not the world's biggest attack damage boost, but it'll do for our purposes. We still need to get our attack, but this is pretty okay for now. I think I need to close. Hang on just a second. Something is acting up over here. There we go. And so we're trying to cast into our enemies, and this is true for like really any weapon that has that wants boiling blood, is you want to cast into the enemies and then start your attacks. And yeah, sometimes we miss, but that's okay too. So now we get our attack. Epic, that's actually really good. And let's go check shop. Part of what we're doing on the Zagreus Bow that may not be obvious at first blush is we are always hitting the attack button before our dash is over so that we can actually do a dash strike. Wow, I've not seen in quite some time that just completely miss both of them. Zeus is really good to have in the pool. It's tempting to roll this once for Zeus Call, but we can also just take Heaven's Vengeance. Vengeance boons are really quite nice. Especially on weapons like the bow, where getting hit like knocks you out of your attack because it's like a charge weapon, right? So getting hit will knock you out of your attack. Having a Vengeance boon means that it's not the end of the world because you actually get some damage done. We'll take Heaven's Vengeance. We need some good rolls for our Hermes, and just to make sure that we can get our good secondary boons like Hunter's Mark, like all of the good things that we need. I like to buy that health item anytime that I can because it's just a really good way to turn on high confidence, especially in rooms like this. Honestly, it's really, really nice before a survival room. But yeah, you can see here, and we're dashing, and before I'm finished with the dash, I'm already holding the attack button. And I do that, ow. I do that in order to always be dash striking. Survival rooms end on the 1. So it can be kind of helpful to well, that's better. To know that it's going to end on the 1 instead of the 0 of the countdown timer, so you know when to start spamming your boon pickup. So Hunter's Mark is probably one of the best boons in the game, and it's especially good on a weapon like Zagreus Bow, which has a natural crit chance already. And triple shot, this is just going to increase our crit chance from our 30% all the way up to 60% against a marked enemy, which is ridiculous. It basically means that we're always critting. The might of the Huntress. Come on. You really don't want to see unarmored numbskulls like this, but gotta take what you can get. Nah. Okay. We'll actually put into Heaven Vengeance there. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty nice. So this is a Chamber 12 Chaos. Normally you wouldn't necessarily want to take those, like especially if you were doing an RTA speedrun. However, for Zagreus Bow, because it's a dash strike weapon, getting as much chaos as possible is kind of worth the like 2-second additional time here. Let's roll this once and see if we can get some attack or some dash strike damage. Not more foes. It's really kind of a shame. Let's roll this one more time. Why not? Yeah, well, it didn't really work out for us. Let's get our free first Hermes here. Let's see if we can get Hyper Sprint. Hyper Sprint, really, really good. Hyper Sprint, really good because it's going to open up Rush Delivery for us, and Rush Delivery is just a fantastic boon. Zagreus Bow wants Rush Delivery way more than it wants plus dashes. So you can see here we're dash striking. That's why we're dashing around. And the other thing that we're doing is we're trying to get as close as possible to the to any enemy, in this case, you know, the Furies, so that we can hit with all 3 of our arrows at once. That's the reason that triple shot is so good, is because you can get right in there and hit all 3 arrows at once. The second keepsake that we take is pretty much always going to be Aphrodite, because we want Passion Dash and we want Heart Rend off of that Passion Dash. So if we don't have Passion Dash and Heartrend out of Tartarus, then we would always, always, always take Aphrodite for the for Asphodel. There, you know, you pretty much always buy attack damage, and I really like the Eye of Lamia in order to keep up high confidence during a run. It's just so cheap.
More skull crushers.
Okay. Whew. That was very close. I thought that thing was going to get up in the air, but it didn't, which is really nice. So we are out of rerolls, which is kind of a bummer, but... I was hoping our cast could finish him off, but I think I dashed out of it there. So, Passion Dash, this is perfect. Thankfully, we didn't get punished for not having rerolls for it. And now we really, really want to dash directly on top of the enemies so that they can become weak, dealing a little bit of additional damage. Oh, come on. Now the big question is do we take the shop or do we take this chaos? It's a really good question in a lot of ways, because the shop is slower. However, it could give us our Heartrend. The chaos might just give us a really, really negative curse, but we can pick around that. Chaos is faster by a few seconds, so let's just go for it, you know?
In the name of Hades.
So here we could get plus 36% damage striking undamaged foes, which is kind of nice. But 5 chambers of hidden rewards is not really what we want here. So this is 21. We're actually technically on chamber 20 because we extended Tartarus by a thing. No, in order to be able to make sure that we see free rooms, we are going to... Out of Chaos, that 4-witch can be kind of difficult to do. Wow, Heartrend, let's go. We're getting honestly very bait off for not having any rerolls. This is working out quite well for us. Where are they? And so one of the things that we're trying to do, in Asphodel it can be a little bit more difficult than other biomes, but we're trying to be able to... Yo, what? Apparently not having rerolls doesn't matter. Apparently it just doesn't matter at all for us. Let's go and take this. We could have bought the palm too. It really doesn't matter at this point. Ooh. Just call. Yes, fantastic. I'll buy the health too. Why not? Wow. It's really quite a powerful build. Let's see how quickly we can take care of Larny. So Rush Delivery continues to pay us off for dash striking, because dashing is how we're turning on our hyper sprint. And that is the hyper sprint is where we get our extra movement speed that we need for our rush delivery. Nice. Very, very nice. Let's see how Elysium treats us on this run. What are the big points here? Or what do we want to bring in here? I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to bring in Zeus Keepsake, because if we can get Smoldering Air, it'd be really, really nice.
To the top.
This is gonna make our sticks a little bit easier to get through. Zagbow is one of those weapons that takes really nice advantage of Zeus Call, because unless you have like Flurry Shot or something, it can be kind of difficult to take advantage of Hades Call, which is the other, you know, pretty typical boon that you would want to take into the later biomes, especially if you don't have a call yet. There we go. Are they spawned in? No, not quite. So here, this is actually a very easy Zeus Aid palm. There's not a whole lot of reason to palm Deadly Strike past the first bomb, especially because the main way that we're scaling our attack damage is through things like Rush Delivery, Chaos Boons, and that type of thing. The Deadly Strike, the Artemis Attack, is really just there to give us the additional crit chance. The bonus on it is secondary. Versus getting that first palm in Zeus Aid. It's really, really nice. 20 extra damage is a lot of damage. It's an early Patroclus. Really, really early, which is kind of a shame, but a free room is still a free room. So, let's take that attack damage. Is there anything that we actually want from here?
Pleasure doing business.
Tiebreaker's kind of nice, honestly. Alright, so we do have to take this mini-boss because the first mini-boss was offered on the previous door. Wow, Butterfly Ball too. Butterfly Ball, of course, much faster than Mysterious mini-boss by a lot. As you can see, Double Strike, great boon. We love to see it. Oh, cool. So let's get our second hammer. I didn't even realize that we didn't have it. What? Okay, so this is just a stinky group of second hammers. Chain Shot seems like it would be good. It is not. It makes your boss damage just really, really bad, and it turns off your ability to pierce. So saying that it's going to hit up to 3 foes, dealing plus 15% base damage for each, you can already do that. You just don't get the plus 15% base damage, which is fine. It's really not that big of a deal. Because Zagbow pierces. So if you're lining up enemies correctly, you're already hitting more than one enemy at a time when they're close enough for Chain Shot to even matter. Relentless Volley, your special applies plus 4 shots. Special builds on Zagbow just aren't really that like good compared to the like crit attack build. So here, I mean, we can take Sniper Shot. It's not gonna do anything, but neither are these two. So at least this doesn't affect us too badly, and sometimes it might give us some extra value. This would be a really big bummer if we didn't already have Hyper Delivery, because we wouldn't have an extra hammer to help scale our damage, but we already have that Epic Rush Delivery and Hyper Sprint to scale our damage. So honestly, could be a lot worse than it is. We'll take this money. Okay. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. So we are going to have to play 34. The thing that happened here, so I got greedy and I wanted money. What I should have done was I should have, or not should have done, but like the choice that I actually did make, I didn't explain it because I was hoping it wouldn't matter, but the choice I made there, we could have been offered a boon or this money room. If we were hoping to see Thanatos, we would have taken the boon so that we could have done like a Thanatos skip and stayed in the boon menu while he does this really annoying thing where he just hangs out until he leaves. Which, we didn't get to do it, but that's actually totally fine. Yes, this is a really good 34. Really good 34. I mean, it's 35 on the screen, but that's okay. This is really good. This pace is actually really nice. Alright. Let's see. What do we want here? Let's just put this into Heaven's Vengeance. It's pretty nice. Here I would like to see Zeus or Artemis.
Thank you, mate.
Sport Fire is pretty nice. Just buy all the things. Alright, let's see how quickly we can take care of these two.
Meg, help.
Heartrend? Or not Heartrend, Hunter's Mark is really at its best in the Heroes fight because you're basically just trading back Hunter's Mark crit chance between the two of them, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Which just does a ton of damage to them. Let's see what's in here. There's really nothing special in there, so we can just take Acorn. And we're really just hoping to see the 2-sec at this point. I have completed the build to the best of my ability. The build is essentially perfect. We will take the Aphrodite room here first due to the opportunity to get Smoldering Air.
Can't do that.
Sorry, you'll have to forgive me. I'm actually kind of focusing on these rooms. There's not a whole lot to really talk about. With rooms like this, you just want to dash in, you know. If there's a, you're gonna get, that thing's gonna spawn.
In the name of Hades.
Yeah, you just want to dash in, do a cast if you can, and that's that. Get the Boiling Blood.
No way.
You just clear them as quickly as possible. Tiny rat rooms are a bummer. Alright, we do want to check this well.
It's no use.
Yes! Okay. Iker is actually really good in this case because we already have Epic Rush Delivery, so plus 20% movement speed is plus 20% damage. It's ridiculous. Very, very powerful.
No way.
2-sec? Yo, it's a 2-sec. What? Okay. Pressure points is really good.
Smooth. Check the passageways.
Let's see if we can do it.
Thank you, boy.
This pace is really, really, really good.
Take care of them.
Let's see.
Meg,
I'm afraid not.
Nah, instant darkness is a shame. Come on, okay. Wow, just a lot of instant darkness from Hades here. Kind of ruining my perfect pace, but still really, really a good pace.
I shall not fall to you again.
let's go.
Enough of you.
No more acorn.
There we go, 720. Honestly, it's really, really good. It's really, really good. My PB on Zagreus Bow is 707. The current world record is like a very low 6, like 620, something like that. So Zagreus Bow is really, really good. It's an incredibly powerful weapon, and hopefully the this build kind of shows off the power of Heart Rend to a degree, but mostly the power of triple shot, and I mean, honestly, rush delivery. Rush delivery goes a long way on builds like this. But to get a 720, that's part of why we took the extra chaos in Tartarus. It doesn't really add to our time, it just helped increase our build damage. And I don't know, I just hope that everybody learned a little bit something from this video, and if you did, go ahead, give it a like, you know, maybe subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you posting your PBs in the Hades Speedrun Discord, especially your Zagbow PBs. I want to see Zagbow go even lower than it is on the leaderboard. So good luck to all of you, and thanks for hanging out. Bye, everybody.